Some months ago, the Northern Arewa youth took a bill to ECOWAS for ECOWAS to ratify and pass into act a bill that will condemn anybody that blasphemes the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. However, the chairman of ECOWAS, who happens to be Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has come out to reject that bill, stating it to be a very archaic and a medieval sort of bill, that there is no law anywhere in the Nigerian constitution or any country should have such a law whereby anybody that insults a supposed prophet of God to be stoned to death. We have now seen that the Arewa youth came out to warn Tinubu. Let us listen.
Good morning, Nigerians. So, the President of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, thought that we are afraid of him. So, Mr. President, for your information, we are not afraid of you. Number one, I know the President might be confused that why is this boy speaking that way to him. So, Mr. President, if you haven't forgotten, you as the ECOWAS chairman had a meeting and has signed a law that anybody that abuse the beloved prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is our beloved prophet, the messenger and the last prophet, whomever abuse him, you said that there is no any law or any consequences against him. So, Mr. President, for your information, your message has been delivered. After that, we want to tell you that, Mr. President, number one, you should know that you are not the president of the Muslim. You understand? You are the president of Nigeria. Number one, you are the chairman of ECOWAS. You are not the chairman of the Muslim. So, for your information, the president of Nigeria, let me tell you something. We are not afraid of you. We are not anybody that abused the beloved prophet, anybody that abused the prophet, Mr. President, believe me, you, that person is gone forever. Whether you like it or not, that person will be eliminated instantly, whether you like it or not, Mr. President. And let this one serve as a warning for you, Mr. President. We the Northerners are warning you. We are not even begging you, we are warning you. This one should serve as a last warning to you, the President. Let me tell you something. People are now here. Whatsoever that you are doing, people are just watching you. Don't engage yourself in religious matters, because as a president you might cause war. Don't forget that you are from Lagos, while the majority of the Muslims are in the north. That means you are causing religious war in your country. So, Mr. President, let this one serve as a last warning. We are warning you. Hear it, Mr. President. You should hear it very well. We are warning you, not even begging you. We are warning you. This should serve as a last warning to you, and you shall go and remove that word that you have just made, Mr. President. Go and take back your word.
Welcome back. You can see that there, that this was the same very guy that came out in some months ago. This guy even had an intercussion with Very Dark Man, calling Very Dark Man that if he ever tries to come into the Kano, he would have his head hanged on the stake. That nobody in this world should have the temerity to insult the prophet. That according to the word of God in Hadith of the Muslim, that whoever insults the prophet must be sent to the yonder, or the person must perish. We have seen how they've stoned Deborah in Sokoto. We have seen how so many Christians have been maimed and killed, all because of religious crisis. You will recall that in the 1992-1993, when we had the religious war that ensued in southern Kaduna, when Rayan Bonke came to Nigeria and he decided to minister in the southern Kaduna. We know how the Shiites and the Sunnis attacked Rehan Bonke. Rehan Bonke, since that day, has never stepped his foot in Nigeria ever again. He had to go back to Germany and said Nigeria is a state that has been fully Islamized and Christians are not tolerated. Indeed, this is a testament that we have today again. Such a guy, a very young boy, I am sure this boy should be in his maybe late 20s or 30s, just closely related to Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, whom has written to Saudi Arabia that we do not need you to build 200 mosques in our country. That what we need you to do is build more schools, build more industries. And when you do that, maybe we can talk about the numbers of mosques that we need. That what we need to move forward, to develop, to be, to prosper as a nation are not more churches. What we need in Nigeria is not more mosques or more churches. But you can see the Northerners, they have been deeply brainwashed, heavily brainwashed, whereby they are ready to kill for their religion. This young boy is threatening the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, telling him that if you try to dip your hand into the Nigerian religious matters, that indeed he will see that his weight is not beyond the south. He came out to say that Tinubu is a president from the north, from Lagos, which is of course the south. That in the north, that before you bring in the Nigerian conversation, that the first thing that they respect and adore is their religion. And in fact, the president of Islam, whom they adore, even ahead of the president of Nigeria, is of course the Sultan of Sokoto. I mean, these are the interpretations of the word of that young boy who shamelessly has come out to say that anybody that tries to blaspheme or talk down on his president, the most respected prophet, Muhammad, will of course be stoned till he loses his life. I cannot but just imagine that in this era of 2025, unfortunately, I still share the same country with people that still think that Nigeria is still in the year 1600, when the Islamic revolution was going around, when the Islam was going through what we call the global conquest, when Muhammad conquered Turkey, and then we had the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire went around to conquer almost all of the Europe. They conquered Spain, conquered so many places in the Eastern Europe. It's sad that even those countries that led that Islamic revolution today adopt what we call modern civilization, modern laws. So many of these countries have been able to reduce or even totally sideline the Islamic laws or ways of doing things. Is there no Sharia in Saudi Arabia? Is there no Sharia in Dubai? Are you telling me that if a young man goes to Dubai and he goes into an argument and he talks about the Prophet Muhammad, are you saying that that person will be stoned to death? Of course, it's not going to happen. The best or the worst thing that might happen to him, he might be arrested and he will be asked to pay a fine, that this is against their religion. But I can bet you that such person will not lose his life. But here we have this boy, whom I do not wish to know his name, has come out to state emphatically that for as long that Nigeria is concerned, the superiority of Islam can never be undermined. The superiority of Islamic laws will always be above and beyond the Nigerian common laws. Is this not why we have always argued that why shall we or why should we have absorbed and accepted the Sharia to be enshrined in the constitution? These are the kinds of people that when you say that if we want a religious balance in this country, let us take away the Sharia or let us include the Christian laws into the constitution, you know that this boy will reject it. And there are so many, thousands and millions of them in that north that will, of course, toe the line of this young man. This young man, will, of course, support any resistance group that come out to claim that they are doing what we call religious cleansing. You can be sure that this young boy would have supported those that attacked the Christians who have been severely wounded and so in so many cases killed because they had an open crusade about the gospel. You can be so sure that the Nigeria as it well will eventually fall into the abyss because of this religious, disparity, the religious intolerance by the Northerners. When the likes of our counterparts in Africa are talking about the science and technology, it breaks my heart that I can see a man that I share the same country together will still come out and say that he is ready to lay his life for a foreign religion, a religion that his forefathers never practiced, a religion that is forever foreign to this country. I mean, such level of fanaticism. And this is the issue. This boy has made 3 inflammatory videos whereby he spewed incendiary words, words that are very, very provocative to the Christians and, of course, to the Nigerians at large who are non-Muslims. This boy has come out to issue these words. And these are why we keep arguing and keep asking that why does it seem that the Muslims can say some uncouth words and they go unchecked, they go uninterrupted, they go unabated? Why is it always like this country is owned by the Muslims? Why is it run that way? Why is it that when a young boy talked about religion in the South, immediately he is arrested? We have seen how so many imams come out to say that they do not respect the president. We have seen so many sheikhs that come out openly and support the terror the Fulani bandits are meting on the people of the Middle Belt. But somehow the president, the Nigerian army, the Nigerian DSS find it difficult to locate these people. This young boy today, the DSS, who sort of control the most sophisticated, tracking monitoring system and structure this country will have, suddenly cannot fetch this boy out. I am not surprised. It is just a simple statement that those that belong to the northern religion will always get what we call the immunity. I am sure if it was a Christian that said this, by now he would have been arrested. And that is why this country should never have been won. And like I have always said, according to my prediction, when I look at the antecedents, the precedents of wars we have had in this country, we have had more of religious wars over ethnic wars. We have had more of religious. If you go to Kano, we've had about, within the period of 1999 and 2025, we have had nothing less than 4 to 5 riots. In Kaduna, the same thing. In Kaduna, we've had series of wars and riots due to what? The Christians and the Muslims who have always never had an agreement to coexist. If you go to the Middle Belt, you will see that the current thing that we have today is all about the Islamization agenda, whereby as at the year 2009 into 2010, when a professor Pantani released a communique to all the Muslims around Jos, that Jos, which is the core of the Christians in the north or in the north central, Jos must fall and must be Islamized for Islam to be able to have that spread in the Middle Belt. And since that period into 2011, now over 14 years later, we can see that the terror that has been meted on these Christians communities within that Middle Belt has been for only one purpose, and the purpose is to Islamize those territories. How do you think I know this? I simply know this because most of those villages, those communities that bear the name Ezekiel, that bear the name Christopher, that bear the name Peter have suddenly now been changed to Abdullahi. They've suddenly changed to Muhammad. They've suddenly changed to Aisha. So it is clear that the country known as Nigeria, when anything will go wrong that will lead to the implosion of the state, it will be on the premise of religion. And the North are saying that Tinubu, for this reason, will be kicked out come 2027. Their agenda was, when they had that Muslim ticket, they felt that ticket would solidify their own long-term Islamization agenda. But to their surprise, when Tinubu got there, Tinubu, who was never a true Muslim, fell apart, their relationship broke apart, and today they call Tinubu a fake Muslim because he has simply not supported, and of course, giving them that nudge and that opportunity to perpetrate the Islamization agenda. For this reason, I have to say and commend that Tinubu has done well on this note to have rejected that bill, because otherwise, if Ecowas had approved it, then you can be so sure that anybody who says anything against the prophet of the Muslims in Nigeria today will be expired. But again, the Nigerian police force must rise up and go and pick that boy that said such threatening words to the president, and of course to all the non-Muslims of this country, where he said that it doesn't matter whether the president has said or had passed the bill or not, the punishment for blasphemy against their prophet is a non-negotiable one, which is stoning to death. I urge the police to do their duty. Bye for now.
Here we have a soldier who had to run away from the battlefield because his brother just got bombed into pieces by a Fulani bandit. And of course, the Nigerian army had to send a video report to his generals, or should I say his superior, who are there in the office enjoying ACs. They are saying that they need more soldiers who are not from the north to join the Nigerian army, because it seems that there seems to be a compromise on the field of battleground. Well, let us watch and listen together.
That is not the time to cry. Look at me. That is not the time to cry. Good morning, sir. I'm standing here with Sector 2 Commander. The armed helicopter have just come over our head. The instruction I gave them, anything moving, they should engage it, because most of my gun thrusts are not moving. Like I said earlier, we are with the leading MRAPs, and the 3 battalions are fighting and deployed. Nobody is running. But what we have here, I will give you some estimates to guide your good decision, sir. Boko Haram has fired more than 100 mortar bombs at us. They have fired more than 80 to 100 RPGs at us. In addition to more than 8 to 10 gun thrusts from every side since yesterday. We have not run, and the soldiers are not misbehaving or disobeying orders. We have casualties. I will come and see you in person on what we need to do. But we are not running. Neither is any soldier misbehaving or running. Sir, if you can look at that, that's one of our MRAP tire that is not run flat, that bullet tore. We have used more than 20 MRAP tires here. That's another one, sir. We have changed, close to 250 ELOS tires due to the terrain. This is what we are facing in the Timbuktu Triangle, sir. But we are not running. We are fighting as a system. And we are doing our best to contain the situation and to achieve your mission, sir.
Nigerians, what is this? What is this? How does this boy get this bomb? Where does this boy get this thing from? What is the meaning of this? Normally, on a normal day, is this boy supposed to know where they are selling all these things? This alone have to tell you that it is the Nigerian government who knows where they buy ammunition for the country. They are the one buying all these things for these people. So you are there in the village saying Nigerian government come to our help. It is the Nigerian government that are sending these people to come and kill you. Because this boy don't know where they are selling these things. It is the government that are buying it and giving it to them to come and kill you. Your enemy will never help you. If somebody never tell you these things, I tell you today, your enemy.
Possible for Nigerian military, forces to overcome the Fulanis. Ask me why. I just wanna, disseminate information to the members of the public from the grassroots. Reasons why the Fulanis could not be defeated. Why? The Nigerian military forces are consisted, I repeat again, 75% persons from Fulani tribe. That is their language. 75% from Fulani tribe. I didn't say extraction because I know some of you might not understand what I mean. The people that are in control of Nigerian military are the Fulanis. That's why Colonel Musa is just wasting his time. Doesn't want to face the fundamental solution of the problem. The solution Colonel Musa is trying to face or use or come up with is unfundamental. Someone deceiving himself. You are deceiving yourself because Fulani is the issue. And we are moving with Fulani to arrest Fulani. It is not possible. Fulani others, people that will bring them to book are local vigilantes, state police, neighborhood watch, all over the states of the federation, with exclusion of Fulani tribes. Don't enroll the Fulanis into such military platform or security task force or local vigilante podium or platform that might be